Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're jumping right into a quest. We're going to follow an apprentice as she tries to master a skill that, honestly, can make or break an entire project.
So, meet Jody. She's an associate project manager apprentice at a company called Stores. And her mission, if she chooses to accept it, is to get a handle on skill S26, managing resources. We're going to follow her whole journey, how she figures it out, how she develops it, and crucially, how she proves it to pass her final assessment.
So here's the game plan. We'll start with Jody figuring out what S26 even is. Then, we'll see her get some guidance from her team, tackle a real-life challenge, build up her evidence portfolio, and finally, get ready to ace that final assessment.
Okay, first things first. Before Jody can manage resources, she needs to understand what that actually means for an apprentice. It's not what you might think.
You see, the key word here is supporting. For an apprentice, this skill isn't about being the boss of the budget or hiring people. Nope. It's all about being that essential coordinator who keeps the project's engine running smoothly in the background.
And when we say resources, we're not just talking about money. It's so much broader than that. We're talking about the people, the actual humans doing the work, the computers and software they need, and even their time. It's basically everything you need to get the job done.
And this is a really important line in the sand for Jody to understand. Her job is to be the project's eyes and ears on the ground. She's the one who tracks what's going on, keeps the plans up to date, and, sounds the alarm when something's about to go wrong. Think of her as the project's early warning system.
So how does she actually start learning this? Well, Jody's not going it alone. She's got a whole support crew at Stores. Let's meet them.
First up is her line manager, Riddle. Riddle starts by explaining why this skill is so critical. It's not just about paperwork, it's about preventing real-world chaos like blown budgets and, importantly, a burnt-out team. It's about protecting the project and the people.
Next, her mentor, Adam, gives her this super clear 5-step roadmap. The idea here is that you don't just get thrown in the deep end. You start by just watching and learning. Then you try it with some help, and you slowly build up until you can not only do it yourself, but explain why you're doing it.
And this is where her coach, Olivia, comes in with a major reality check. Look, it's not enough to just do the work. You have to prove you did it. For her portfolio in the Aptum system, she needs the receipts. We're talking screenshots, emails, meeting notes, hard evidence that she was an active participant.
Okay, so theory time is over. It's time for Jody's first big test. A real-world problem has just popped up at Stores, and it's time to put all that learning into practice.
So the scenario is pretty straightforward. It's the summer sale campaign, the biggest one of the year. It needs the senior graphic designer for a full 5 days, and she's been booked for weeks. Simple, right? What could go wrong?
Well, as anyone in project management knows, the plan is just a suggestion. And boom, reality hits. Their #1 creative resource, the designer, is out sick for the whole week. The plan is officially broken.
So what does she do? Does she panic? Does she start trying to find a freelancer online? This is that moment of truth where all the advice from her team comes into play.
And she absolutely nails it. She doesn't overstep her role, she just does her job perfectly. First, she updates the official plan to show the designer is out. Then, she immediately pings her manager, Riddle, to escalate the problem. And finally, she points out exactly how this is going to affect the project timeline. Textbook. Okay, so Jody handled that crisis like a pro. But the job's not done. Her coach, Olivia, is right there to remind her, that was great, now let's get the proof into your Aptum portfolio.
And this is brilliant. Check out how every single action she took gets turned into a solid piece of evidence. That updated tracker, that's a screenshot. The email to her boss, that's proof of escalation. Her notes from the team meeting, that shows she can interpret and explain the impact. This is exactly what assessors want to see. And all of this leads right here to the final stage. She's got the experience, she's got the evidence, and now Jody has to get ready for her endpoint assessment, the EPA. This is where she has to talk the talk.
So her mentors start throwing practice questions at her, the exact kind she's gonna get in the real thing. This first one's a classic. Tell me about a time you dealt with a resource problem.
And because she has that real, well-documented story to tell, her answer is just perfect. It's clear, it's confident, and it uses her experience with the summer sale as a fantastic example of her competence.
Okay, now for a trickier one. This question is not just about what she did, but about what she knew she couldn't do. It's a test to see if she understands the rules and her own boundaries. And bam, another brilliant answer. She shows the assessor that she gets the project's governance. The big takeaway is she knows exactly where her job ends and her manager's begins. And that shows real professional maturity. And just like that, by following this entire journey, from learning to doing to proving it, Jody has turned a single line item on her apprenticeship standard into one complete, powerful story of her competence. She is ready.
And so now it's over to you. We've seen how Jody did it. What's the very first small step you can take on your own project this week to track a resource, update a plan, or maybe even escalate a risk? What's the first thing you're going to spot?